It's Sunday, so today I'm going to do a little Sunday dinner.
First, I'm making the dessert first. So the dessert is going to be a chocolate raspberry cake. For the recipe, I'm using Antoine's granddad's chocolate cake recipe. I had it for the first time in Buffalo, so I wanted to remake that, but I also had raspberries, so I wanted to add some raspberries in there too. Once the cake batter goes in the oven, I'm going to make like the raspberry filling. So I'm just adding some raspberry, making a cornstarch slurry. Also, I did wash the raspberries. I just put them back in the container, okay? Added sugar, lemon juice, some vanilla. I don't know what Antoine's doing here. I left for like a minute and he's like hovering. He was hovering the bowl, so I decided to leave that in there. Once the cake was out the oven, I'm going to let it cool. So while it's cooling, I'm going to start on my breadstick dough. So for dinner, I'm doing like a lemon, basil, garlic pasta. I wanted something light and something that screamed spring. And I feel like I can't do pasta without breadsticks. So I get my dough going, let that rest to let it proof. And then I start on my pasta dough because, of course, I have to make the pasta from scratch. I love making pasta from scratch. It just tastes 10 times better. And then I found some lemon olive oil, and I feel like that would have gone perfect inside of it. Just adds a little hint of lemon, and I get that going. And I let that rest for about 30 minutes. So while that's resting, I'm going to make the icing for the cake. It's chocolate icing, so just butter, powdered sugar, cocoa powder, vanilla, and some heavy whipping cream. And then I decorate the cake. Listen, I'm not the best baker, okay? I can't really decorate cakes. It's a whole new art form, but it tastes good, so that's all that matters. So I just added some chocolate frosting, added the raspberry filling, cake, more frosting on top, and then I just had some extra raspberries I felt to put on top. Now that the cake's done, I'm gonna work on my breadsticks. I get these measured and then roll them out into little breadsticks. Put them on a sheet tray, and then I covered them with some damp towels. Let those proof for 30 minutes. After they proof for 30 minutes, I put them in the oven. Then I start working on my pasta. I have a pasta machine. It's just so much better than doing everything by hand. I make my own spaghetti, and then I just boil that. It really doesn't take long. It takes like 3 minutes max. And then I head into my garden for some fresh salad. Got some fresh lettuce, some basil. I have so much basil. And then I had these little Medusa peppers that I wanted to use. Just throw them in the pasta, and then I grabbed some parsley. Then I started prepping everything for the salad. I had some garlic. That was the breadsticks. It was beautiful, so soft. So right after the breadsticks came out the oven, I hit it with some garlic butter and some Parmesan cheese because you have to have Parmesan cheese. And then for the pasta, it's really just butter, lots of butter, garlic, and then I added those peppers, some lemon juice, my spaghetti, and then throughout I just kept adding butter. And then I added some basil, parsley, just tossed it all together, salt, pepper, obviously. Topped it up with some Parmesan, and this is my spread. Antoine made the salad. It's just a cute little Sunday night dinner. Antoine loved it, as you could tell, and this is the cake. I was so proud of it because I don't really bake that well, but she was a 10 out of 10.